What happened with BlockBusters Tech token was absolutely insane. And you see that I've got a smile on my face. I sound a bit optimistic. It's because I have found out a series of new bits of information coming straight from their team about what is going to be happening next moving forward. So was this just a pump and dump? What exactly happened? I'm going to be covering the cliff notes in this video. If they issue a more formal statement talking about this, then I can definitely have a follow-up video. So please take what I'm saying in this video with a bit of a grain of salt. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion. It's my own research. I highly encourage you to go do your own research. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into this. First up here is that the launch time for this was supposed to be at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm looking at this on a 15-minute time frame. One thing you may notice is that there was an activity here that happened right before the official launch of the project. And then all of a sudden, the candle, this is for a 15-minute time frame, it went up and up and up. In fact, it went all the way up to approximately 14 cents. And then all of a sudden it went down. So how is that possible? There is reportedly an issue that happened with the distributor. This is my understanding. Again, I can look for a more formal statement, but my understanding is there was an issue with the distributor, and because of that, people could buy, but they couldn't sell. The thing is, it takes a lot of volume activity from buyers to help drive that price up. It was over $1 billion of a market cap. I made a video just the other day about could BlockBusters Tech hit 10 cents someday? I didn't think that it was going to be like a day later, right? So yeah, people weren't able to sell. Now what's interesting is that once that function was, because it was overwhelmed, there was a ton of trades. You saw this happening live. The amount of buy orders that were coming in, it was ridiculous, guys. When it finally allowed the ability to sell, that function was able to get resolved. Okay, the first sale that came through, what happened? It was a bot. This bot tried to sell approximately $1.5 million. Obviously, that's a substantial amount of money, right? But did they get away with it? Yes, a little bit. What I mean by that is of that approximately $1.4, $1.5 million, they walked away with about $23,000. So yeah, did they scam essentially? Well, kind of. I mean, they used a bot. So anyways, they walked away with $23,000. And then conversely, what happened with the rest of the money? That's the big thing we want to know, right? Because the price is down. Is that money just gone? Or are we going to see that go back into the system? Because of their design that they had developed in the launch of this project, that amount of money was actually able to be acquired. And so the team now has that set of funds. That set of funds is going to be coming back into this system. This candle that you see, that big red drop, was primarily because of that one transaction, that one bot. Again, they were able to catch this. So that set of funds is going to be coming back. But it gets even better. This is what's really cool. So imagine if you missed out on the pre-sale, right? Which was 0.000285, 284, right around that range. If you had missed out on that and you're like, hey, I want to go ahead and buy in this project when it officially goes live. Well, when it went live, it was at a higher price. Reportedly, my understanding is that the official launch price, I believe it was 0.000384, right? I'm hearing mixed numbers. Either that or it was 0.001. Definitely lower than what it is right now. So when we see this as a 24-hour time frame, it says it's 401% up. The price is up in comparison to when it had first launched, which is absolutely incredible, meaning that if anybody was in the pre-sale and you wanted to sell, trading activity is still technically live after all of this happened. You could buy, you can sell, people are taking profits. Other people, though, it went pretty poorly in the fact that if you bought it at, let's say, 5 cents, you're not going to get a lot of the BlockBuster Tech tokens, and then all of a sudden the price went down. So to help remedy this situation, over the course of the next 24 to 48 hours, the team's plan is to airdrop, compensate people for the BNB that they spent before the drop. not afterwards, but before this crazy drop. Because remember, people didn't have the ability to sell, and the first sell that technically went through was that bot. So there was an issue on the back end side. You will be able to get compensated, or you will be compensated in the launch price of the token. So yes, although it's not as low of a price as it was in the pre-sale, you will still be compensated in BBTF, which is the BlockBusters token. That price is going to be much lower than what pretty much anyone bought. So if you're like, I spent $1,000 and I barely got any of the tokens compared to other people, and it was during this crazy phase, well, you're going to get a ton more tokens dropped to you. And on top of that, then they're going to be putting that money back into the system, the one that had the issue during this time period. So you compound those two elements together. Imagine you have more tokens and the price is now higher. So you're also going to be getting more reflections when they have that roll out. And if you decide to sell, you have a higher probability of making more money because you have a higher price and more tokens at that price. So that's a double win. Now, the question is, between now and then, when they have this take place, what will the price settle at? This is an initial launch day. Obviously, when you take a look at the price charts here, to many outside perspective viewers, you say it's a pump and dump. Some of you may be hearing what I'm saying right now, and you're just letting it go in one ear and out the other. But I will tell you, for me personally, my funds that I put in, I did it for both the pre-sale as well as when it went live. I am personally very excited to know that I'm going to be getting a substantial more amount of these tokens and that the price is going to be higher. I think it's just basic logic with that. Now the question is, will it actually happen, right? It's great that they say these things, but until the delivery happens, it's just hopium. That's true. And if you want to look at that perspective and if you want to have it from that kind of a perspective, that's on you. I'm looking at this moment right now as a half glass full kind of position, because if I didn't have this be compensated for me in those tokens, I mean, I bought in after I went live and the price was going up a ton. So I believe that this project has an opportunity to grow, right? I was willing to put that money in, seeing the price on the charts be much higher than the initial launch price. So psychologically, there's something that's in play there, right? And a lot of other people are doing the same thing. So now that I know that that same money that I put in that would have been at a higher price is now actually going to be allocated to a lower price point, to me, that's great news. I think that's absolutely amazing. And the fact that they were able to catch this, it says something. It says something very bold. Most other projects, any kind of a circumstance like this happens, those people, they walked away with your money. The project's dead. Dev team's done. This team, they're putting in the effort. Don was in a Twitter space talking for a long time addressing this, answering community questions. I was able to go up and ask questions too, right? They are doing the best that they can to help make sure that we, the people who did buy into this token, maybe you're watching and didn't buy it, but we that did buy into this token, that we get compensated appropriately. And the fact that they captured those funds are going to be coming back in. How high can this project go? We'll have to wait and see. It was a rocky start for a launch date, but this news is really good news. I'm very happy with not the end results, but the progressive point here. The end result will be that it goes up a ton. Myself and a lot of you watching that are participating in this, we make a lot of money. That's really, that's the best case scenario, right? So yeah, I'm very excited about this, guys. And then over on their Twitter account, they had mentioned this update. We are aware that people purchase BBTF at approximately 12 cents per token, which is really close to that high. We are working to get the situation rectified through liquidity injections. Please be aware that we are working through this to find a viable solution. This was an issue on our side. So they also launched not with the full liquidity in the wallet. They did that on purpose. They had additional liquidity off to the side, which just added an extra layer of security into all of this. Very interesting how they handled it. Let us know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. And I guess the last thing I just want to say is, guys, when this decides to get injected with the funds, if the price is higher than what it is right now, that's just going to help it be even more likely to go up, right? So let's see what continues to play out over the next course of the couple days. But we're potentially looking at these airdrops over the next 24 to 48 hours, and then reflections and the injection stuff, that should all fall very shortly in line with that too. Team is working on it. Let's see what happens. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. Double shout out thank you to WeLoveSafeman.com, Murat Shaker, Victor Vegas, Safeman Oz for being higher level patrons. Also, thank you to my YouTube members for your guys' support. Really appreciate it, guys. If you want to show extra support, click on the links down below. Again, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please go do your own research. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the thumbs up like button. God bless. We'll see you in the next episode.